question and I want some answers on this bitch. For those of you who played Call of Duty 4 during its release year, now I'm talking the full year before World at War ever came out, what is it about Call of Duty 4 that makes it the best Call of Duty today? Now, take your time and think about that for a second. Let that question marinate before you start giving some answers. Feel free to pause my video right here if you need time to think. Alright, time's up. We'll see how many people actually fucking paused this shit right when I was talking about this shit. I will bet you a number of things that you guys say, I would say too. If you're an original Call of Duty 4 player, there are plenty of things that you thought that makes Call of Duty 4 the best game in the series. And some of those answers that you put down or that you thought of, I already know of. You guys said things like gun balance. All the guns in the game felt equal, yet they felt unique. The attachments for the guns themselves, they all worked, and the choices were pretty straightforward. No gun stood out from all the others. Kill streaks were kept in check back in the day. Avoiding a radar meant you had to sacrifice stopping power. Every map offered spots that catered to different gun types. You had people that could use the assault rifle, you had people who could snipe, you had close quarters combat. And of course, small innovations like kill cams and kill streaks and all that other good shit like new game types and shit. Those are all reasons you thought Call of Duty 4 really stood out. Now, what do they all have in common? Simplicity. Call of Duty 4 at its finest was simple, yet an entertaining game. Infinity Ward followed the old mantra of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Well, today is when we change that. KISS has already been done, and it's effective. We know that shit. However, there is a new term to describe all the garbage Call of Duty has thrown at us for the past 5 years. FATS. F-A-T-S. What does it stand for? Fuck all that shit. That's right. Fuck all that shit. For the past 5 years, Call of Duty has moved in the complete opposite direction of what made the first Modern Warfare a huge success. They went bigger, they wanted more crazy shit, they wanted more explosions, more firepower, and more ways to throw simplicity out the window. Well, guess what? Fuck all that shit. We went from a simple perk system where explosives were considered a perk, and you only had one perk to avoid air support. Fuck all that shit. Sure, there was some annoying perks like Last Stand, Martyrdom, and somehow these motherfuckers travel for like 4 more years through all the other Call of Duty. Fuck all that shit, man. We still have bullshit perks. Hell, we have 3 perks in Black Ops 2 right now that have direct effect on kill streaks and air support. Think about that shit, man. 3 perks to avoid air support. Fuck all that shit. Why is sleight of hand now a fucking attachment? Fuck all that shit. Kill streaks are another issue. We went from 3 simple kill streaks to over 10 every game after World at War. Fuck all that shit. We had a game-ending nuke. We had a kill everything Moab that changed how people play the game to this day. Fuck all that shit. UAVs now require more than 3 kills with this new score streak system and assist points and whatever the fuck that stupid is. What the fuck? Since when did team helping reconnaissance become harder to get than that fucking toy car with exploding shit on the back of it? Fuck all that shit. How come we need 18 goddamn attachments on guns? Why does someone need a target finder on their gun? You know, some real life bullshit that won't exist 10 years from now? Guess what? Fuck all that shit. Can somebody please explain to me how a fucking dog could get on a yacht in the middle of open water? Yes, I'm asking, how the fuck is that possible? And don't give me this shit, oh, there must be some boats in the water. Fuck all that shit. Why is a stealth bomber considered a support item? What the fuck is it supporting? Fuck all that shit. How come since the introduction of theater mode, the game has lagged every single version since then? Fuck all that shit. Does the US have a knifing problem? No, of course not. So how come you can bring a gun to a knife fight and still finish ahead of people shooting you in the fucking face? Come on now. Fuck all that shit. Call of Duty gave up on common sense and logic a long time ago. Instead of sticking with a formula that made the game successful, they blew up the simplicity factor and added way too much shit. You know, I'm all for advancement of a series. I'm all for adding new items to make a game feel new, feel fresh, feel improved over what they had in the prior game. We want innovation, we want improvements, but the shit has to be gradual. You have to ease yourself into things. For example, if you're having a conversation with someone you find attractive, you know, you're getting to know them and whatnot, you finally decide to ask them out on a date. Is the very next question out of your mouth a request for some surprise butt sex? No, you have to build up to that. Fuck all that shit, man. You can't go from a formula of simplicity to a formula of over-the-top madness and expect people not to wonder what the fuck is wrong with you. This game went off the rails with Modern Warfare 2. Bigger, badder, and more shit does not equal a better game. It just equals more bullshit. Treyarch's games go off the rails because they think everything needs a counter in the game. If it's in the game, that means I need something to stop it. I mean, can you just think about the conversations Treyarch must have in their offices when they think about how to make a Call of Duty game run faster? Fuck it, let's add a quicksand kill streak to make people stop running fast. You have sleight of hand and switch your ammo out quicker? Well, fuck it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put these bootleg Chinese parts on a gun so that they don't fit and it doesn't allow you to switch your ammo faster. You know, these kids are gonna love these counters. Fuck all that shit, man. Here's how we fix everything. And each one of these items is going to get its own video with details, full details, on how I want to fix the motherfucker. The perk system desperately needs to be tweaked, and that will be its own next video. That one is coming up next. We don't need 3 perks to avoid air support, because right there that tells you there's a problem with the perks or there's a problem with the air support. So I have a way to turn the perks back into an item that empowers the players. No more of this bullshit Treyarch came up with. Some of your perks are used just to counter shit in the game. Fuck all that shit, man. You don't need shit to avoid a UAV and an EMP and then enemy controlled shit. It's time to make the perks what they were intended for in Call of Duty 4. Benefits that make your character stronger. Next up, air support. My god, the fucking air support. If I had to ration out all the bullshit in this game and I had to take a scientific guess, I would say that the air support in this game accounts for about 61.4325791% of the problems in this game. You know, I might be off a few millionths of a point or some shit like that. No, but seriously, the game that made its mark was with 3 kill streaks. Now, we have all kinds of flying shit to kill people. Fuck all that shit. Let's get back to basics. Actually, I have a few ideas on how to adjust the kill streaks to something more reasonable than the bullshit we have now. Call of Duty has become a game of how many killing vehicles you can amass in one game, as opposed to how many items you have that work in a team setting. It has far too many long and sustainable kill streaks. We know that shit. This is why they have so many goddamn counter perks. We need to get back into rewards that won't require your enemies to continuously dodge bullshit all fucking day long like a baby daddy avoiding a paternity suit. Fuck all that shit, man. Game modes. Now this one I must admit, this is one of the strong points Call of Duty has. They've been adding game modes every single year. And to keep up with the strong points of new game modes, I have no less than 7 new game modes I would implement. And I got some real cool, amazing shit too. You know, one of the things you can't knock too much from Infinity Ward and Treyarch is their ability to add a new game type that people enjoy. They certainly nail it when it comes to game modes, but I will bring the noise when it comes to game modes. Fuck this shit of switching sides and domination is fucking pointless. Fuck this downgraded bullshit of team deathmatch because now people want to play kill confirm to grab dog tags. 7 new game modes guaranteed to be the shit that people want to play. Knifing, holy motherfucking shit. How come this has never been addressed? And don't give me this bullshit that Treyarch just fucking addressed it. You can either have a 6-foot lunge in this fucking game, or you could swing your knife like a midget trying to get his arms around a fat girl. I don't fucking get it. You can nail someone from 8 feet away, but point blank range, I look like a cross-eyed motherfucker trying to play pin the tail on the donkey. Guess what? Fuck all that shit. I know how to fix it. And I've done enough videos on knifing on how to fix this bullshit. Now while I'm at it, we can also discuss how 3 bullets to someone's chest is not a guaranteed kill. But if I throw a knife from 600 fucking yards away and it happens to nail someone in their foot, that's a 1-hit kill? Oh yeah, fuck all that shit. That's getting fixed. The prestige system. Motherfucker only knows how many times I hit that button thinking that it's actually worth the pot to piss in. Nobody cares how long you've played this game. Prestiging won't get you a job, it won't get you laid, it won't grow your dick or your tits if you have different plumbing than men. Hey, you know what? I don't want to say it grows your vagina because that just doesn't give the right mental image from either men or women. Basically, the prestige system is a dangling carrot that keeps you playing this game infinitely. Fuck all that shit. I'm replacing it. And I'm replacing it with something more meaningful. I'm replacing it with some shit that will keep people playing this game because they want to and like to. Not because they need to get to the highest level only for some DLC to roll around and extend that fucking level. Fuck all that shit. Guns are another blight on the series. Treyarch makes games with a cure-all gun like the MP40 or the FAMAS, while Infinity Ward makes assault rifles with absolutely no recoil. You guessed it. Fuck all that shit. I'm fixing the guns. What would a shooter game be without decent shooting weapons? So we need to fix that joint immediately. Finally, we come to the maps. Now, I could sit here and draw some boxes and shit and make something that sort of looks like a map. But I'll be the first to admit it, I can't draw for shit. I suck at Pictionary, I wouldn't even pretend to actually draw a motherfucking map. I mean, you can give me an Etch-a-Sketch and I'll try and draw that shit out, but the fact is, the map designs are getting stale. Part of it is the engine that we had, and I mentioned that in part 1 of the series. The engine limits what we can do. The other part is, we've played over 100 maps in this motherfucker. They all begin to feel the same, not to mention they recycle ones. But the fact is, I can fix that shit too with a couple of tweaks, including my idea for a map called the Killing Circle. Oh, wait till you guys see this one. This is the all-time stupidest idea since shipment. Fuck all that shit, man. So this gives you an idea of what's coming up and the topics that I'm going to touch. No more cheap novelty bullshit from Treyarch and Infinity Ward and fuck all that shit. No more half-assed ideas that you think people will enjoy just because you put the name Call of Duty on the cover. Fuck all that shit. Time for some real fixes to the bullshit you put us through. Treyarch came up with some new ideas every year that turned out to be nothing more than a pile of shit. Infinity Ward doesn't have any more damn employees, so they ain't got no more ideas. So all you get credit for is Call of Duty 4, and the people that are making your games right now, they didn't make the motherfucker. The majority of the people that work there are basically just sloppy seconds. That's all they have there. This is why I'm making this series, because it's time to tear an asshole into Treyarch and Infinity Ward. All these things that I mentioned, every single item that I pointed out, we're going to be fixing in the future videos. Very next video, I'm going into the perks. The perks are #1 priority on how to fix this motherfucker. And that's what I said from day one. You have to fix this shit. And the only way to do it is to look back at all the games and say, fuck all that shit. Anyways, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And like I said, very next video, oh yeah, we going into the perks in this bitch.